All right, there are 4 minutes on the warm-up clock. I'm just going to commentate for a minute here. This is the beginning of the Osseo Maple Grove White versus your home team, the Edina Hornet Green 15UA matchup here on a Tuesday night in late January, January 27th, 2026. It looks like we've got Coach Rass and Coach Horan already in the building, as well as Layden Craigness. She is following doctor's orders to make sure that she doesn't get on that leg too early, and I'm happy to see that. So I'll shut up for the rest of the 4 minutes. We'll be back. All right, so that completes the warm-up time for the Edina Hornets in the Osseo Maple Grove, whatever they're called. It is 15 minutes on the clock. Coach Horan and Coach Rass are on the bench. It looks like maybe we've got Coach Davis arriving as well. We've had good luck when Coach Davis has wandered onto the bench just in time for the puck drop. So I'm glad to see her make it. Behind our net there, you can see some kids working their way in and out from the backyard rink. I'm happy to say there's practice going on in the backyard rink tonight for the first time in a while because the temperatures have been so cold. It's nice to see some people taking advantage of it right now. We got the Hornets circled up around their net, getting ready to go. Osseo Maple Grove with a pretty short bench for this Osseo Maple Grove white team. They've got at least one kid that looks like she's injured, but is a good teammate for others, starting a dance party on their bench. Gotta love seeing that. But it looks like they have one extra set of forwards and literally one extra D. So I think as the game goes on, we're going to see some tired skaters from Osseo Maple Grove. The official is waiting for everything to be all set. I'm not sure what he's waiting on. Oh, mouth guard. There's a mouth guard check. We successfully put our mouth guards in. That's good. It's very generous of the ref because ordinarily if you do not have a mouth guard in, that can be a penalty right off the bat. Mal, shot. Goalie takes that one in the face, but it looks like she's okay. That was a quick shot. 13 seconds into this contest. It looks like Cam is threatening to go into the penalty box to help out. Sarah Sauter is waving him off, but he's instructing them on how to make calls. Mal on the draw. Nedry and Cohen. Mal on the draw. Nedry gets a stick on that, works behind the net, falls to her knees, gets right back up. Didn't even lose any speed there. Tries to work it back down to Mal. Mal in the corner. Mal comes up with that. Over to Nedry. Nedry jumps towards the net. That gets cleaned out. That's a goal. 1-0. 14:31 left in the first period. Looks like you've got Boylan, Witherspoon, Newcomb on the front side, Levy and Chapman on the back. Witherspoon wins that one back to Levy. Levy up the boards to Boylan. Boylan tries to chip it by their defender. Witherspoon and Boylan battling on the near side boards. Osseo Maple Grove comes up with that one. Here they come back down the ice. They zing that in deep into our zone. Levy back to collect it. Osseo Maple Grove has an opportunity. Witherspoon jumps on that. Here we go. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, back our way. Oh, try to hook up Newcomb in the slot. Just barely missed on that one. Witherspoon looking for an outlet. Witherspoon working out to the top. Chapman works it back down. Newcomb goes after that one. About 14 minutes left in this first period. Newcomb loads up Boylan. Boylan tries to work around a few. Chips it right off the post. Sauter out of the corner, dialing. Wheeling, dialing, backhands it towards the goal. Sauter and Newcomb are our forwards now. Cohen comes out to help. D-to-D pass, Levy, long shot. Goalie knocks that aside. A little rough stuff in the corner. Cohen maintains her feet and possession of the puck. Cohen walks. Sauter's there. Ooh, Sauter made a nice play. Grabbing that as it was going towards the goal, stepping by and trying to backhand it in. Goalie made a great play saving that one. We're going to have a reset of nope, just Ballard's changing out. So now we've got Sauter, Ballard, and Cohen, backed up by Sweetser and Amy. Sauter over to Ballard. Ballard working along the near side boards, works out, works it down to Cohen. Cohen spins out of trouble, works around to the center of the slot, works it over to Sweetser. Sweetser, long shot, that gets knocked aside by the goalie. Amy jumps on that to keep it low. Down to Cohen in the corner. Corner, dangling. Oh, Osseo Maple Grove came up with that. Here comes OMG down the ice. Good back check by our girls. They dump that in down low. They go to work trying to chase it. Everybody's behind the net now battling for things. Amy comes up with that thing. Amy up to Ballard. Ballard tries to win that foot race. Good battle there. Cohen back to Osseo Maple Grove. We get a change of forwards while Osseo Maple Grove grabs possession, works their way down. Michaela jumps on that one, works it up to Mal. Mal, our goal scorer so far, fires just over the net. Goalie got a glove on that too. Knocked it over the net. Nedry, Mal, and Boylan out there. Boylan grabs it. Loses the handle on it, but gets it out to Chapman. Chapman works it down low again. They try to zing it up the boards. Boylan again, chips it down to Mal. Mal comes off the boards with that thing. Works around backhands. Nothing there. There's a little race for the puck in the corner. They try to zing that out. It's off of Helfrich's stick. That's not going to be an icing. The Edina Hornets retreat back into their zone. It comes up the sideboards. Boylan grabs that thing. Possible penalty, not called. I think it's because of the lopsided nature of the affair so far. Austin Maple Grove tries to work that out. It's very warm, isn't it? Yes. We're getting some compliments for the Bryn Mawr Arena. That's where the $47 million went, folks. The tax dollars we approved went into additional heating and east. That one gets knocked all the way down. I think it's going to end up on net. No icing. Goalie covers it up. We're going to have an offensive zone face-off with 11 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the first period. Shots on goal so far are 8-0. Lex Autumn is keeping things crisp in the goal. Sweetser loses a glove. Still has the presence of mind to first chip it down low before going to pick up her glove. Cohen in the corner getting roughed up by two Osseo Maple Grove players. Sweetser jumps on that to keep it in. Osseo Maple Grove trying to work out now. Pesky Witherspoon comes up with that thing. Witherspoon trying to get towards the net. It's knocked off the puck a little. That one's off a shin pad. Newcomb goes for a change. Ballard jumps out now. That one just barely pops out of the zone. Probably not offsides if she was still on the blue line. But that's okay. We'll take a change. 10:32 remaining. We got Brad Helfrich on the music tonight. I believe this is some classic Led Zeppelin, I think. Boylan on D. This is an interesting little choice. Amy and Sauter. There we go, a little. Oh! Poke check, got it that time. Boylan into the zone, looking to load up on a forehand. Backhands it towards the goal, almost bounces in. Again, we're out at the blue line. Boylan chips that thing down low. Helfrich flings it in. Oh! Boylan and Ballard bang into each other. That's an icing. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. Oh, good. I'll keep track of everybody for you. Okay. Mallory's on the draw. You got Mallory, Nedry, and Cohen out there now. Ooh, nice set play. Mallory won that back. Cohen was ready to fire. That was a great job. Amy and Helfrich out of the points. Mallory or Nedry in the slot. Chip that one towards the goal. Not quite there. Here come the Osseo Maple Grove. Ooh, they got a one-on-one coming. Helfrich is back. It's hard to beat Helfrich in a foot race. Don't get tangled up in that corner. There you go. Amy, good D. They try to load up the front. Nice skate to stick by Cohen. Cohen behind her own net. Over to Amy. Amy looking for that cross-ice pass. Works it up. Neutral zone. They grab possession. That gets worked in again. Good job by Osseo Maple Grove just achieving the red line and working it down. Cohen right in front of us here, working down from left to right. Flings that thing in so that we get a change going. Amy chips that in. Cohen goes for a change. He now got Witherspoon and Newcomb backed up by Amy and Chapman. Boylan's out on the ice now. Works it back to Chapman. Chapman looks for an out. They get a little stick on that. That's not going to be a problem. We got to back into this thing. There goes Witherspoon, creating some trouble. Amy gets that. Amy to Newcomb. Newcomb works into the zone. Newcomb getting set up down low. Works it over to Witherspoon. Witherspoon. Off the boards out to Chapman. Chapman keeps it in the blue. Good job with her stick and her skate. Boylan tips that thing. Goalie gobbles that up. Nice play there. Witherspoon out to the point. Chapman kept it in. using both her stick and her skate. First her skate, over to her stick, worked it over quickly to Levy. Levy got a shot from the point, and Boylan was there to try to chip that thing on net into the goal. Sauter on the draw. Ballard tosses it just past there. Cohen, Sauter, and Ballard out there. Levy at the point here on the near side corner. Levy works it back down low again. Osseo Maple Grove came up with that. Here they come. They got a 3-2. Our back checkers are working. Good job, Levy. Clean play. Just getting in the way there. Here comes Osseo Maple Grove trying to come up with something. Sauter, great job being the auxiliary D. Levy tries to work it up to Cohen. They interrupt that pass. Levy down in the corner battling it against Osseo Maple Grove. Levy, she's got 2 kids on her. Probable trip there, no call. Sauter comes in to help and is absolutely battling. Levy comes up with that. Levy's looking for the long cross-ice pass. She's got her. Let's go, Ballard. Come on. Long shot just over the top of the net. So close. That's out to the neutral zone again. Sweetser to Amy. Amy retreats. Back over to Sweetser. Sweetser looking for an outlet. Nedry takes somebody out. Sweetser on the move. Enters the zone. She's thinking about it. She's going to fire, folks. That's a goal. I think she thought about it. She literally had the presence of mind to say, this goalie might be out of position. Is this goalie trying to bait me? And then she fired right where it belonged. Nice chunk in the net open. And she also did nearly bar down on that one. Sweetser rarely rushes the puck. That was a great job realizing here's an angle and I'm going to go with it. Boylan off the face-off. Tries to dangle around. Maintains possession, works into the zone, tries to hook up Mal. They've got some skates in the way on that pass. Mallory around the top of the circle, dangles around, fires. That's almost in. No goal there. That bounces around right in front of the net. Gaping hole. Boylan tries to work that thing in again. They come up with it. That's going to be an icing. No icing. We're all the way down here. Amy. Over to Sweetser. Sweetser off the boards. Up to Boylan. Boylan quickly moves it up to Mallory. Mallory didn't know the pass was coming. There's a shot on goal. That makes the shots, I think, 13-2 in favor of your Edina Hornets. 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first period. We've got some additional spectators here. I think I see Per Utny here, who was a great player for the Edina Hornets boys team back in the late 80s and early 90s, if I've got my math correct. Maybe it was the 90s. He's also a parent of a friend of a number of the girls on the team. We had Olive Witherspoon tossed out of the face-off dot. Now Newcomb works it back to Chapman. Chapman over to Helfrich. Clean passes all around. They jumped on that one, though. Lex jumps on that, no problem. Thank you, Lex. We're making it spicy here with 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the first period. Osseo Maple Grove is getting some opportunities. On the other rink tonight, in the West rink, we've got a face-off going on between the. Oh, Olive Witherspoon got tossed out of the face-off dot again. You don't see that very often. 2 in a row. Tonight, I think it's Osseo Maple Grove Black versus our Edina 15U White team, and we'll be rooting for them as it'd be fun to see them win a game and possibly move up to second place in the D6 standings. As I've mentioned before on other streams, here comes an opportunity. The first and second team out of D6 gets an opportunity to automatically go to regions. So there is something to play for here. Here goes Helfrich. Helfrich around. It might be the night of the D. That goes in. All right. Helfrich. Goalie makes a nice save, but then the rebound, it kind of pops up, flutters into the goal behind her. That puts it at 14 shots to 2, according to the official scoring. I think that makes it 3-0 Edina. That might be Helfrich all alone on that one. Sauter on the draw. Boylan and Ballard out there to help. Little battle for the puck there, right at the red line. Valley comes up with that, hooks up Boylan. Boylan tries, just misfired on that. Boylan catches it at the blue line, chips it down low to Sauter. Sauter goes to work. Sauter and Ballard. Ballard's got it in the corner. Ballard tries to work it back down low again. There's a lot of Osseo Maple Grove traffic. Boylan goes to help out. Oh, out to the point there for goal scorer Sweetser. Sweetser tries to knock that thing back. Cross-ice pass here right in front of us. Osseo Maple Grove just tosses that deep into our zone. 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. 3-0 Edina leads. Levy to Ballard. They just don't quite connect on that long shot that was very high. That one bounces around again. Lex knocks that aside with a glove. Levy out of the corner. Up to Ballard. Ballard tries to clear. Can't quite get it clear. Levy again. Off the boards to Sweetser. Sweetser thinks better of it. Too much traffic, she says. Back over to Levy. Levy. Up to Ballard. Not quite there. Sweetser down low. Sweetser works that thing out. Over to Sauter. Sauter still is not out. Sauter and Boylan are our forwards thinking about chasing it down. Sauter's got it though. That just gets flung out of the zone by Osseo Maple Grove. They work it back in. That's an offsides call. Good offsides call. 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first period. The shots are 14-2. Your Edina Hornets are ahead in shots, and they're ahead 3-0 on the scoreboard. Mallory on the draw. Cohen gets a hold of that one. Up to Mallory. Mallory's got Nedry heading to the net. Big rebounds here, guys. If I were a forward, I'd be waiting for the rebounds. Nedry in the corner. She's got space. Not anymore. Osseo Maple Grove collapsed on that pretty quickly. D to D behind the net, but Mallory's there to try to get a hold of it. Works up to Amy along the sideboards. That just barely chips out. Looks like that is no ice. Helfrich with room again. Up to Cohen. Cohen up to Nedry. Nedry, Cohen, and Mal are forwards out there. Nedry tries to work it in front. They had a stick and a skate right in the way. Mallory out to Amy. Amy back down to Mallory. Here she goes. She walks. She's got an opportunity. Flings at that. Goalie knocks it aside. Newcomb now jumps on as an additional forward. She's got some more speed. Beginning of a shift. Mallory's down in the corner. Those two get a little tangled up. We're in the near side corner. It's hard to see. Boylan into the slot. Sails that one just over the net. Actually, more than just over. I think that was adrenaline. What a great opportunity. Your adrenaline spiked a little, I think. That one gets worked down low again. Witherspoon out of the corner. Witherspoon dangling, working, dangling around. She's got Levy on this near side. Levy shoots, fires. I don't know if the goalie saved that or what happened there. Unconventional save. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. 17-2 on the shots. It's 8:21 p.m. Brad Helfrich has got on Super Freak from 1978. Witherspoon on the draw. Oh, almost had an opportunity there. That's going to be a nice. No ice. No ice. I think these guys are playing summer rules this evening to keep this game moving. Chapman in the corner. Chapman off the boards. Newcomb to Witherspoon. Witherspoon fighting for it. There comes Newcomb again. Clear draw. Down to Newcomb. Newcomb and Boylan working in the corner. Newcomb out to Chapman. Chapman, long shot. Girls, let's keep it a little lower. We're in some field goals. Again, no ice. No ice again. This is turning into a track meet. We're back in our own zone. Collecting that puck. Levy. Levy gets taken out by one of their forwards. That's a goal. That is 3-1. I think the Osseo Maple Grove parents were as shocked as anybody else on the ice. Here we go. We got Sauter wins it back. Sweetser tries to get it over to Ballard. Again, they dump it in. Maybe you could call that an intentional offsides, actually. Nope. All right. 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining in this first period. I have a feeling that the coaches are going to have something to say about that goal that was scored on us. Sweetser up to Cohen. Cohen backhands that. They blow a tire. Left. Good job by that Osseo Maple Grove defender back there all alone. Happened to get a stick on it. Did everything she could to make sure that we didn't get a good opportunity there. 1 minute remaining in the first period. 17-3 are the shots. We got a battle on the near side. It's out to Sauter in the middle. Sauter wheels. Over to Amy. Amy up to Ballard. Ballard grabs possession. Works into the zone. Osseo Maple Grove comes up with that one. Amy keeps that thing in with her skate. Sauter comes off the boards with it. Works towards the middle. Trying to load up on the forehand. That one's loose. Cohen chips that thing in. They're going to call that an offsides. 30 seconds remaining in the first period. It's 3-1. The Edina Hornets are leading the Osseo Maple Grove white team. Mallory jumps out with Nedry and Boylan, Helfrich and Chapman on the backside. And we got a mouthguard check for Osseo Maple Grove now. At least they're calling it fair. Yep, he's tossed her. He says, get that mouthguard in. You got to get off the ice, kid. Now, just to be clear, everybody, people might be getting frustrated, but ordinarily that'd be a 10-minute penalty, and D6 is accustomed to calling that pretty tight. We've been fortunate this year that they give us warnings instead of calling it. I wouldn't be surprised at all if at some point it just gets called. That one goes in towards the goal. Still loose. Mallory chips that in. That'll make it 4-1. $19 seconds remaining in this first period. That makes it 4-1. 18-3 on shots. We've got some gentle criticism coming from the Osseo Maple Grove fans that maybe a whistle should have been called. I recognize their frustration, but I also think the whistle was not blown. Mallory did nothing wrong. Goalie did everything she could. This is the last couple seconds here. That's the end of it. That's the end of the first period. Shots are 18-3. Edina leads 4-1. All right, now Brad Helfrich is putting on Marky Mark. Nedry, Mal, Cohen out there. Amy works it up to Nedry. Mal in. Oh, there we go. That's a goal. Cohen moves around that goalie. That makes it 5-1. 12 seconds into the second period. Here, Edina Hornets lead 5-1. All right, same line stays out there. It was 12 seconds after all. So you got Nedry, Mal, Cohen. We have another 2-on-2. Mal works around, dangles, fires. Goalie saves that one. Drops her hands on that quickly this time to get a quick whistle. Brad Halford just moved us forward to late 90s rap here. Boylan, Witherspoon, and Newcomb out there, backed up by Chapman and Levy. Little battle down low. Austin Maple Grove comes up with that. Levy spins out of trouble. Sees an opportunity to work it over to Newcomb. Newcomb's got a little lane. Tries to chip it forward. Oh, that one just bouncy, silly puck there in the top of our slot. Here comes Austin Maple Grove back again. Boylan chips that past herself to Witherspoon. Witherspoon gets out of the zone. Tries to work it over to Boylan. Boylan's behind her. Newcomb's there to help her out. Newcomb chipped that thing down. There she goes. Boylan in the corner. Back out to Newcomb. Newcomb tries to dangle. Instead, it ends up on Levy's stick. Levy fires. Big rebound. That's bouncing around right in front. Here comes Austin Maple Grove coming back. Levy throws a stick out, trying to poke check that thing away. Ties her up in the corner. You got Olive and Kenzie weighing in at about 190 pounds collectively. Boylan over to Newcomb. Newcomb tries to enter that zone. Nice pass by Witherspoon across ice to Boylan. Boylan looks up, sees Newcomb streaking. I know it didn't quite connect, but I'll take that all the time. That's going to be a nice. Again, a nice stretch pass across the ice. These games can be tough because when we're up by a few, it's important to maintain some discipline and then also be trying some good decision making out there. Sauter on the draw. Ballard and Cohen helping her out. Amy behind the net. Amy. It's hard for me to tell what's going on in the corner. Amy works it over to Cohen. Cohen chips that thing out. Good race. Here comes Ballard. Ooh, nice shifty move by number 13 for Osseo Maple Grove. That gets work behind the net with Strange Karam. It's out in front. The boards in East are, I can say from experience, have some very strange bounces once in a while. And that was a good example of a strange bounce. That one gets knocked in front. Cohen, Ballard streaking. She's got room. Somebody's trying to chase her down. The Ballard shoots, fires. No! Almost in. Boylan goes out to help. Creates some trouble in the corner. Ooh, big tangle up in the corner. Still battling for the puck. Out comes Mal. Mal over to Amy. Amy thinks about it. Fires. That one hits the goalie in the face. An absolute battle. One of their players just throwing her body around. Gotta appreciate the effort. It is now 12 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. In the second period, 23 shots to 3. 5-1, Edina leads. Mallory on the draw, over to Boylan. Boylan walks, fires. Goalie makes a blind save. Good job, goalie. 12 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the second period. Shots are now 24-3. Mal again on the draw. We're working around the far side boards. We keep that thing in. Mallory does a good job keeping that in. Trying to dangle, walks, chips it towards the goal, doesn't quite get there. Boylan races over to help out. Mallory trying to fight through traffic. You got 3 Osseo Maple Grove, whatever they're called, down in the corner against 2 Hornets. Boylan fights for it. Boylan gets it over to Mal. Mal walks, Fires a backhand, not quite in. Now that one's in. That's a Hattie for Mal. That makes it 6-1. Edina Hornets are leaving. Here we go. Newcomb comes up with that one. Witherspoon on the draw. Newcomb down low. Works it back up to Levy. Levy back down to Newcomb in the corner. Newcomb walking behind the net, looking for an opportunity. Sees that point wide open. Sweetser, our goal scorer in the first period. That one gets knocked aside. Witherspoon there in the corner to help out. Witherspoon trying to come up with that thing. She does. She's just got too much traffic to fight through. Witherspoon walking. Keeps walking around the top of the circle. Fires just over the net. Levy retrieves that as it comes out. Levy thinks about shooting that thing. They get a stick on that. Levy works it down low instead. Witherspoon chases that thing down. Cohen now. Now, if we could achieve an offensive zone change, that'd be amazing. Keep this pressure on. 10 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Let's not let them squeak out of here. Our bench is close on this end, which would give us an opportunity to change out our forwards while maintaining the pressure. There we go. We're going to start platooning. Witherspoon goes for a quick change. Levy is out there. Levy fires. That's off a shin pad. Sauter with some fresh legs zips out there. Cohen now goes for a change. Sauter's just buying time for the rest of her teammates to get out there. That gets worked out to Sweetser at the point. Sweetser tries to work this thing back down low. Boylan jumps on it now. Boylan, she's got a little bit of room. She's looking to create some trouble. Look in. Sees Sweetser, our goal scorer from the first period. Sweetser works it over to Sauter. Sauter tries to load up Boylan on the far side. Boylan walks over to Sweetser instead. Sweetser fires. Ooh, that one just barely missed. 9 minutes and 53 seconds left. Now, if this were an NHL game, they would have the ticker going where you could see how long these Osseo Maple Grove players have been out there, because they are stuck right now in their zone. They need desperately to get an icing. That one gets stopped. That gets knocked aside. Quick hustle, get there. Ballard chases it down too. Helfrich blows by that one. Nevertheless, Sauter is there to help out. Now we're doing another change. Ballard heads for a change. This is excellent. It's out to Amy at the point. Amy kicks it forward. They try to clear it. We're doing a great job just keeping them tied up. That one's still in the zone. Boylan gets a stick on it, moves it over to Nedry. Nedry battling past everybody, fights past somebody. There goes Mal on the far side. Woo! Almost off a skate there. Cohen's now our forward that jumps out with Mallory and Nedry. Again, we've had no break in the action, and we've ticked by about 3 minutes in this game. Far side of the rink there. Nedry, Cohen working on it. Mal in the slot. They try to ice it. Helfrich grabs that, keeps it in the neutral zone. Oh, just barely fans on it. They get an opportunity to clear. Every single one of those Osseo Maple Grove kids needs a change. Here comes Mallory. Oh, that's an offsides. I think they'll probably take that as a break in the action in order to get a change of forwards and D. All right, we've got Witherspoon, Boylan, Newcomb now. Chapman works up the boards to Newcomb. Newcomb tries to chip that thing past Osseo Maple Grove. Instead, it squirts out to the neutral zone. Boylan walks past one, walks past another, leaves it for Witherspoon. Witherspoon and Newcomb kind of run into each other. That's an offsides. Right at the blue line, too much lateral movement. That's what happens. That's all right. 8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the second period. The shots are 28-3. Witherspoon on the draw. We're battling it into our zone. Witherspoon tries to keep that thing in. Boylan jumps over to help out. Here comes Osseo Maple Grove trying to come up with it. They're coming into our zone. Good stick. Witherspoon jumps on that thing. Witherspoon fights through some traffic. We got a 3-1 going here. Witherspoon thinks about it. Boylan. Oh, Boylan fans on that. Unfortunate. Great pass by Witherspoon. Here we go. Witherspoon and Boylan again. Witherspoon. They get a stick on that. Witherspoon's battling through. Good short shifts by the Hornets here. Osseo Maple Grove works that thing in. Getting it down low. Levy's back to collect it. We got a whole scale change on the Osseo Maple Grove side of this score sheet. Here comes Levy trying to work it all the way down. She's got Cohen in front. She works behind. She's got a full set of change in front of her. Leaves for Ballard. Assumes her spot out at the point. It's a battle in front there. Osseo Maple Grove goalie grabs a hold of that one. It looks like Osseo Maple Grove is starting to employ we'll call it the Duluth defense for this year, which is just everybody stand on the slot. The puck might bounce off of us, or we might help our goalie. They're increasingly collapsing right in the center of that offensive zone. Cohen out of the pile with it. Out to Amy. Amy thinks about it. They get it. Here we go. Sauter off the sideboards. Looking for an opportunity to work around. She's out to Amy at the point. Amy walks in, fires. Goalie gloves that thing. You got Sauter. Ballard. Ballard. Sauter. Cohen. We're trying to get that thing going behind the net. Nope. Osseo Maple Grove comes up with that. Chips it out of the zone. They're on the attack now. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. Amy's back to collect. Sauter gets that. Bouncy puck. Hops out a little. That gets knocked aside. Here we go. Works out to the top. Sweetser wisely lets that one go right by her. Amy comes up with that. She's coming from behind the net. 6 minutes remaining here in this second period. 6 minutes and 8 seconds. Ballard into the zone. Ballard looking for an option. They get a stick on it. Here comes Osseo Maple Grove back. We got a change of D going on. Helfrich is now out there. Sauter. Ballard grabs that puck. She's coming back from right to left across your screen. Ballard tries to load up Cohen. They got a stick on that. Ballard heads for the bench. Mallory's now jumped out. Cohen behind the net battling. Gets that thing. Nedry is now another forward out on the ice. Cohen goes for a change. Helfrich from out at the point scores that one upper left-hand corner. That makes it 7-1. 31-4 in terms of shots. Yeah. Here come the Edina Hornets again. Actually, Osseo Maple Grove attacking our end of the ice here. And you got Nedry, Mallory, and Boylan out there. So far, there's been no penalties. The officials have kind of put the whistle away, I think. Boylan works it up to Nedry. Nedry's going to be in a foot race. Nedry's got two trailers helping her out. Mallory's one of them. Mallory fires. That's another goal. I think the goalie wasn't quite ready for that one. That'll make it 8-1. The shots are now 32-4. All right, Mallory on the draw. Nedry gets knocked down. That gets worked over into the center of the ice, knocked aside. Down low again. Mallory gives chase. It's out to the top of the circle. Our girls got to remember to play some D too here. Let's help out Lex Autumn. Nedry works that off the boards almost. It nearly gets cleared. Now Nedry walks into the zone. Tries to work over to Mal. Mal to Nedry. Nedry fires. Nice little give and go. That'll make it 9-1 here with 4 minutes and 33 seconds left in the second period. Witherspoon. Here we go. Witherspoon gets hacked. It's not going to be a penalty in a game like this. Newcomb was right there trying to get the rebound. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left. 9-1, 34 shots to 4. Witherspoon's checking out her stick, making sure that it's still in one piece after that slash. It appears that it is. Levy heads in to say, why don't you hook me up with a shot out here? Cohen. Witherspoon tries to win that back. Witherspoon walks. Almost had an opportunity. Witherspoon behind the net, working around. Works it out to Levy. Levy walks it. Levy sweets her. Sweets her to Levy. Levy down to Cohen. Cohen back out to Levy. Levy walks in. Thinks about it. Sees Witherspoon on the back door. Witherspoon almost had that one. Tried to walk across the front of the net. Very similar to Sauter in that first period opportunity. That's out of the zone. Let her back up. She flings that in with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. He's going to say that's intentional offsides. So we're going to get a change. Lots of our folks. It's an 8-goal lead. Running time will begin, I think, in the third period. We'll find out from the coaches, I think, at the break, whether or not we're just going to continue rolling or not. I'm guessing the Osseo Maple Grove team may appreciate an opportunity to rest for 15 minutes, so we'll see what happens here. Ballard sees Boylan. Boylan now in. No, that's a goal for Sauter. Nice play. Ballard saw Boylan. Boylan tried in on the angle. Goalie made a nice save. Sauter doing a great job following up behind, getting a hold of the rebound. Ten to 1 with 3 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in the second period. Back to Helfrich. Helfrich over to Amy. Amy up to Boylan. Boylan tries to chip it forward. We got him in stride again. Boylan tries to work that thing over. No luck there. Out to Ballard. Ballard chips it. Nope. Almost in. That was close. Ballard and Boylan working in the corner. Ballard, Boylan. Ooh, they come up with that thing. Osseo Maple Grove is trying to get out of there. It's a 10 to 1 game. No call there. Good, no call. Ballard in the corner tries to load up Sauter. They get a stick on that. It's out to Helfrich. Helfrich looks, thinks about it, works it over to Boylan. Boylan tries to chip it back to Helfrich. It's out to Sauter at the point. Sauter thinks about unloading the boomstick, decides against it. Boylan in the corner works it back to Sauter. It's a good idea. Helfrich pulls that one off the boards, works it back down to Boylan. Boylan working around behind the net. You can see the Osseo Maple Grove team starting to slow down as they're watching our girls skate. It's tough. Nedry right in front of us. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the second period. Mal jumps on that opportunity, almost comes up with it. It's out to the point. Amy calmly kicks that forward with her skate to tape, knocks it down low again. Mal in the corner. Mal trying to walk out. Works it over to Nedry instead. Nedry looking at her options. Amy thinks about shooting. Amy fires. Goalie knocks that aside. That's 39 shots to 4 here. Cohen. Classic Cohen drag behind. Working around. Levy fires. That misses just wide. Blue out at the point. Long shot. Goalie knocks that aside. Mal comes out of the corner with it. Amy over to Cohen. Cohen works it up to Amy at the top. Amy fires. Goalie gets a piece of that too. Nedry, Cohen, Mal in the corner. Here we go. Cohen trying to work it out. They jump on that. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining. In desperation, they fling it down the ice. That is not going to be an icing. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Osseo Maple Grove goes for a full change. That ends up on their stick. Here we go. Good job, Mal, getting back there for the back check. Mal tries to work that thing out. Osseo Maple Grove keeps it in. Amy collects. Works it around the far side. Cohen's there. Cohen and Levy working. Cohen chips it out. Oh, it didn't quite get out. It looks like through stick handling, it did come out. 57 seconds left. 41 shots to 4 shots. The score is 10-1. Witherspoon on the draw. Let's see if she gets kicked out. Did she get kicked out? Borland wins that thing forward to Witherspoon. Witherspoon gives chase. About 50 seconds left. That gets chopped forward right to Newcomb. Newcomb thinks about walking the girl. Does. Walks her. Flings. Near side shot. Good idea. Out to Witherspoon. Wheels. Witherspoon thinks about it. Fires. Ooh, that hit a body halfway to the goal. Newcomb still got energy. That gets knocked out. Newcomb or Witherspoon on the top. That's a trip coming. Boylan picks somebody's pocket. Keeps that thing loose. 26 seconds remaining, 42-4. Brad Helfrich appropriately throws on the Law and Order soundtrack or theme song. The score is now 10-1. Edina Hornets are leading. I don't know if that kid just needed a break or what, but it's one way to get a break for 2 minutes is get a penalty. Unless, of course, we score. Chapman on the D with Levy. Boylan, Witherspoon, and Newcomb on the front side. Same forwards. Chapman over to Boylan. Boylan works it back down to Witherspoon. Witherspoon tries to load up Boylan on the give and go. I think they saw that play coming. 15 seconds remaining. Long shot. They just tossed that thing in deep. It's over to Chapman. Woo! Little dangerous play. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. Shoot that thing, kiddo. Okay. I don't know if we're going to do a resurface or not. Sometimes when the games are this lopsided, they will not do a resurface. I also think the Osseo Maple Grove team is likely to want the rest period. So I see the Zamboni doors opening. So we're going to take a break here, probably for about 10 or 15 minutes until we come back for the third period. ready for the beginning of the third period here. 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining on the penalty for Osseo Maple Grove to try to burn off here. Looks like we're throwing out Cohen, Sauter, and Mallory, Helfrich, and Amy. In the other rink, I went over and took a look here during the resurface. I'm able to report that the Edina 15UA white team is trailing 1-0 against the Osseo Maple Grove black team. It would be really nice for the Edina 15UA white team to win that game so that they could collect another win in the standings. Amy draws it back, gets chipped forward to Sauter. Sauter leaves for Cohen. Cohen senses some room, heads in. Let's get set up on a power play. Cohen works around the outside. Woo, they get a stick on that. Try to work it out. Mallory's there to help. Helfrich at the point. Helfrich back down to Cohen. Cohen's got a lot of room. Cohen behind the net. Over to Sauter. Sauter back down to Cohen. Cohen out of the corner. Thinks. There's an opportunity there. Off the post. That was a more patient give and go, I would say. Long shot, knocked aside. Amy took a look, shot that one. Sauter leaves for Cohen. Cohen out of the corner. Tries to work around the center of the ice. Over to Helfrich. Helfrich fires. Goalie is the beneficiary of a quick whistle because as we were all watching, we could see the puck pop out, fall onto the ice. Jay Chapman says that was a goal, which is good. Witherspoon on the draw. Boylan helping out. Boylan tries to load up Nedry in front. Just barely missed on that one. 10-1. The Edina Hornets are leading here with 13 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third period. Levy retreats behind her net. It's gathering speed as she comes around. Retreats backward. Bounces it off the boards. Leaves for Chapman. Chapman up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon gets that one knocked off. Chapman bounces it off the boards. Boylan's got a little bit of space here. Bouncy puck. Let's see if she can put this one in. Thinks about it. It's a move I've seen. Makes it 10-1. Excuse me, 11-1. The shots are 45-5. We are now officially in running time. The clock keeps ticking. Witherspoon's told put in that mouth guard. She got it in now. Witherspoon on the draw. Tries to win that thing back. She does. There she goes. Does some of her own work to get it back to Chapman. Chapman escapes. Chapman off this, just out of the reach of Newcomb. Newcomb pushes it forward, bounces around, ends up on Cohen. Cohen making her drive. Oh, almost had it there. Cohen back out to the point. Levy works it back down to Cohen in the corner. Cohen loses that one, but they try to fling it out. They do successfully. Sweetser regrouping here. Levy achieves that red line. She gets it in. Good job, Coach Keith Witherspoon, who has been working on the X's and O's here. Oh, that one was almost in. Beautiful pass by Witherspoon. Witherspoon was patient, drew players towards her. Boylan went towards the net quietly, and then Witherspoon had the good sense to move it over just at the last minute. That is the two of them playing together a fair amount. Sauter's now on the ice, races back in a good back check to keep that thing away from them. Amy comes up with that. Amy gathers. Puck slides away from her a little bit, retreats behind the net. Good idea just to wait till she's got some confident handle on that puck. That's not going to be an icing. Ballard chases it down. They try to escape out. She's stuck in her backhand. Now she just rings it around. Sauter's the first person in that puck. Keeps that thing in. Good job, Sauter. Boylan gets a stick on that to interrupt their exit pass. Amy tries to clear. You got Newcomb, Sauter, and Boylan out there now. Sweetser on the near side. It's 11-1 with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. Sauter tries to clear that thing. Can't quite get it out. Long shot. Lex says, Let's get this cleaned up. With 10 minutes and about 15 seconds left, it's the third period. The shots are 46-5. Nedry, Chapman, Helfrich, Mallory are out there. Everybody's told, will you please put on your mouth guards? If they're not getting the point yet, they will soon. Everybody's got to get their mouth guard in. Mallory on the draw. We win that back. Here comes Helfrich behind the net. Brings it to Nedry. Nedry tries to chip that thing out. Works it forward to Mallory. Mallory tries to draw with her. That's chipped over to Newcomb. Newcomb jumps on that thing. Newcomb works in. That's a goal for Newcomb. 12-1 here in the Edina East Rink now. The shots are 47-5. 9 minutes and 15 seconds remain on the scoreboard. And we'll make it 12-1. Mallory on the draw. Nedry and Newcomb out there to help. On the D, you got Chapman and Helfrich. Helfrich works it back to Lex. Lex is looking for an assist, and I love it. Oh, hopefully Mallory's okay. That was kind of an awkward fall. Yep, she looks like she's fine. Mal gives chase. That one goes down. Here comes Newcomb giving chase. Witherspoon's now on the ice. Mallory went for a quick change. D to D for the Osseo Maple Grove team. They get a nice clean pass. Trying to work into our zone. Great job, Helfrich. Now there's a hook happening. Right to Witherspoon. Witherspoon's in alone. Coach called 2. Wasn't quite 2 available. Witherspoon works around, fires off the pad. 8 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Witherspoon gets dumped behind the net. No call. I think they're going to put away the whistle here. Witherspoon again. She's up on her feet. Witherspoon gets taken out again. Cohen tries to help out. Just gets away with that. Ballard. There we go. Tries to zing it in low. They come up with that thing. Ballard gets a stick on that. That's still not out. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in this contest. That's a long shot. Lex knocks it aside. We're going to look for a score update from South. Is it still 1-0 in South?
2. They just went
2-0. Okay. The Edina White team is now down 2-0 in South. As much as when we're playing against them, I root pretty hard to make sure that our girls get the win. Tonight, I would really enjoy seeing them get the win against Osseo Maple Grove Black. Sweetser. Over to Levy. Levy's got a little bit of space. Retreats out of that. Sweetser behind. Over to Newcomb. Newcomb tries to chip that thing forward. Sauter gives chase. Sauter and Boylan both chasing that thing down. It just ricochets up and out, unfortunately. Okay, Sauter on the draw with Newcomb and Boylan out there helping. Little stick battle there. Over to Helfrich. Helfrich up to Boylan. Boylan's got a little bit of room. Tries to work around somebody. Good stick by their defender. Here they come back. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left. Newcomb goes back to pick somebody's pocket. She's got speed now. Oh, there's a penalty coming. Sauter picks that thing up. Sauter works in, fires. Call it a goal. Hopefully Newcomb's okay. She was cruising at light speed, and one of the Osseo Maple Grove folks took a step, basically jumped onto the ice and took a stride or two right into her. I don't think it was intentional, but it was definitely a penalty. Mallory, Nedry, Ballard. Amy works it up into their zone. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. They flip it forward. Back to Amy in our zone. Amy over to Helfrich. Helfrich calming things down. That one bounces off a skate. Nedry's there to help. Little battle right in front of our net. Nedry with the strong stick. Here comes Mal. Mal's got Ballard in tow. Mal works into the zone. Mal's on tonight, folks. Nedry, their backhand pass, or backhand shot. Some pushing and shoving in front of the net. We don't need that at this point in the game. It is a 13-1 score. That is 1 touchdown and 2 field goals. The shots are 50-5. Earlier this week, it's my understanding that Telejungles may have taken advantage of a 90-minute practice to give the girls a good workout. Ooh, Witherspoon almost scores there. The legs do not look tired anymore. The girls are anxious to jump on the ice on a night when they are out skating the other team. Levy retreats backward, works it back to Lex. Lex over to Levy. Levy sees an angle, decides to keep skating it. She's here on the near side. She's looking for an opportunity, tries to hook up Newcomb on the back door. Witherspoon comes out of the pile there. Witherspoon looking for Levy. He's going to leave it? Nope. Going to fire that thing. Tries to reverse traffic. Good idea. 13-1. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Cohen out of the corner. Cohen gaining speed. Over to Levy, who's cheating down on the far near side board. Levy fires, just misses on the far side. That one's coming almost all the way back, but it's not going to make it. That was Chapman. Great pass. Tape to tape up to Cohen. Cohen dials into the zone, looking for an opportunity. Osseo Maple Grove comes back with this thing. Cohen strong on the back check. Good job, Cohen. Osseo Maple Grove wins the race to that one. Now, just a programming note, in 3 minutes and 10 seconds, this game will be over, but if you're interested in additional hockey, it turns out that there is men's hockey this evening, which includes myself playing on this very rink right after this game. There will be an hour wait before the game begins, so nobody get their hopes up that we're going to continue streaming. It looks like Lex is telling Boylan, take it easy out there, it's running time. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Sauter on the draw with Ballard and Boylan to help out. Sweetser and Amy out there. Sauter wins it back to Amy. Amy chips it forward to Ballard. Ballard looks for an opportunity. That just hits a skate. Lex knocks it aside to Amy. Amy works it out. Chips it up. Oh, they get a hold of that thing. Lex catches that, no problem. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. 13-1 is the score. Shots are 50-8. We got a change of forwards coming. Mallory, Newcomb, Nedry jump out. 2 minutes exactly on the running time clock. Helfrich. Over to Chapman. Chapman back to Helfrich. Helfrich up to Nedry. Nedry tries to walk on that thing. They jump on that. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining. Nobody get hurt. This is the type of game where I start saying that at this point. Chapman up to Newcomb. Newcomb chips that thing out. Osseo Maple Grove retreats to collect that thing. Long pass up in the air. They take control at the neutral zone. Try to get it low. Chapman gets a good stick on it. Oh, but then fans on the juicy exit pass. Oh, there's another penalty coming. That's not great. On Helfrich. Big hit on Helfrich. Totally unfair. This is what I was saying. Newcomb walks by. Mallory lays somebody out. They're going to get a stick on this thing. 1 minute remaining in the third period. We're going to have about 45 seconds left. Witherspoon, Boylan, and Cohen. Looks like they're discussing the plan, not realizing the clock is running pretty aggressively. 2 minutes put on the clock. Continues winding down here with 30 seconds remaining. That gets knocked to the corner. Cohen, Witherspoon are battling down there. Cohen still battling. going out of the corner. We've seen this before. Going, looking at her options, surveying the scene. Thinks better of it. She's got about 10 seconds remaining. Works it over to Witherspoon. Witherspoon tries to dangle. Witherspoon's got about 8 seconds left. Dangles around 1. Fires. Goalie has that. That's a goal. We'll make that 14-1. That's the end of the game. Shots at the end are 52-8. It's now 9:18, and we'll probably have time to jump over and see the end of the Edina White game as well. I can't remember when our next game is. We got to practice on Wednesday. We got a couple of days off, Thursday and Friday. And then I think there's a game this Saturday.